On day 1, I spawned in as a zebra. Wow, I'm so little and I only have 3 hearts. I need to be extra careful. I looked around and saw some antelope. Then I heard someone calling me.
Zozo, you're here. We love you so much.
I turned and saw 2 zebras running over to me. These must be my parents. They nuzzled me with their noses. Oh, I love you guys too. Then out of nowhere, a savannah jeep sped by. A human, dressed like a hunter, jumped out and started capturing the animals.
Run, Zozo.
My parents leaped in front of me so I could have a chance to escape. I ran away and hid behind some rocks. I watched helplessly as the hunter caught my parents and put them in the back of his jeep. I was too little to do anything and I felt really sad. I barely had any time with my parents and now they're gone. I couldn't just wait around though. It was getting dark and I needed a safe place to stay for the night. I dug a little hole for myself behind the rocks and went to sleep. On day 2, I woke up confused. I was in a hole all alone. Then I remembered my parents and I felt sad again. I climbed out of the hole only to be attacked by some snakes. Oh no! I didn't have any weapons, so I had to dodge and run away. They chased after me, but I started to cross a river and they stopped. Phew, that was close. The water was really strong, but I finally managed to get to the other side. I really need to make some weapons for myself, otherwise I'll be snake food. I went to work gathering some materials to make myself tools. Once I had collected plenty of stone, I put up a crafting table and used it to make a full set of stone tools. It wasn't much, but it made me feel a little bit better. This'll just have to do for now. I figured I shouldn't cross the river again, so I found a spot near a tree and made myself a little shelter for the night. It's okay, Mom and Dad. I'll find you. I promise. And with that, I fell asleep. On day 3, I woke up feeling hopeful. I knew I could find my parents. I just needed a little bit of help. I'm sure someone knew where the hunter kept the animals he captured. I set out across the savannah when I noticed a baboon getting attacked by a boar.
Someone help me!
The baboon screamed and tried to run away, but the boar was too much for him. I'll help you! I jumped into action, distracting the boar while the baboon attacked. We managed to defeat him, and we jumped for joy. Not bad for the little guys. Hey, I'm Zozo. What's your name?
I'm Barry. Thanks for saving my life. I owe you one.
No problem. Hey, do you know where I can find the hunter that keeps trapping animals? He got my parents, and I could use some help getting them out.
I can try. The hunter caught my family too. I followed him to his base, but it's basically impossible to get inside. Maybe we can do it together?
Sounds like a plan. But first, we should rest up. You can come live at my hut with me if you want. It'll be safe there.
That sounds great.
Barry and I headed back to my house and I made him a little hut right next to mine. It was small, but it was better than living in a hole. Good night, Barry.
Good night, Zozo.
On days 4 to 5, Barry and I made some adjustments. We set up a perimeter to our base and made our huts a little bit bigger. We also found some seeds so we could plant some food. It was actually starting to feel a little bit more like a home.
Let's go hunt a hunter.
Barry tried to look scary as he said it, but it sounded a little silly.
Too much?
Yeah, too much. He shrugged and we headed out. We passed through the desert and made our way further into the jungle. We crouched down as we approached the hunter's fort. It was huge, but I didn't see any guards. Just then, a bunch of baboons came running toward us. At first we thought they were going to be friendly, but then they started to attack us. Oh no, Barry, we need to run! We ran as fast as we could and eventually the baboons stopped chasing us. Why were those baboons attacking us? We're not the bad guys.
I think the hunter can control the animals somehow. He wants us to be his servants.
That's terrible. Were any of those baboons your family?
No, I didn't recognize them. My family must be inside somewhere.
We started to head home so we could reassess our situation when we saw a human up ahead. Oh no, it's another human. He's probably working with the hunter. We started to run away, but he called out to us.
Hello, friends. No need to run. All I want is to take your picture.
He held up his camera. He seemed harmless enough and he approached us slowly.
My name is Patrick. Could I perhaps stay with you so I can get some good shots?
Sure. You'll be safer with us than out by yourself. Maybe you can help us get our families back from the hunter. Patrick took our picture.
I would be happy to help you. The more animals, the more pictures.
Then he showed us one of his pictures. We went home and helped Patrick to build a little house for himself. He seemed to really love it and took pictures of everything. Eventually, we all got tired and went to sleep. On days 6 to 8, I woke up to Patrick taking pictures of me.
Beautiful. Even when you are drooling, you look great.
He printed out the picture on his Polaroid.
Here, take a look.
I looked at the picture. It had me drooling, along with some weird symbols underneath. Huh. Maybe it's a weird human thing. Patrick left to go take pictures of the rocks when Barry walked in. I don't know if we can do this, Barry. We are just a small zebra, a baboon, and a very odd human. We are going to need a lot more help in order to free our families.
I think I know someone who could help. It'll take a little while to get there, but he's our best shot.
All right, let's go. We headed out, leaving Patrick to keep watch of the base. We made our way across the savannah. It was really hot, but we finally made it to an oasis with a watering hole and trees. There were elephants everywhere.
He's over there. He doesn't like strangers. Let me talk to him first.
Barry turned toward a large tree where an elephant was sitting on a rug. Barry walked over and chatted with him for a minute before waving me over.
Welcome, my young friend. What is it you seek?
We want to rescue our families from the hunter. He has captured a lot of innocent animals and he needs to be stopped. The elephant nodded.
Yes, I know the perfect artifact that will help you. It is a necklace with the tooth of a lion. It has been lost, but rumor has it that it is buried at the base of a secret underground waterfall. Find the waterfall, and you'll find your necklace.
How is a necklace going to help us?
Yes, it has the power to give you the strength of 10 men, or in your case, zebras.
Oh wow, thanks so much. Barry and I were much happier as we went home. We could finally defeat the hunter. On days 9 to 10, we arrived back at the base. Patrick was taking pictures of some hippos he had befriended.
Wow, what magnificent creatures.
We talked to the hippos and found out that the hunter had taken some of their family too. We offered to make them a little enclosure in our base. After finishing up, they were very happy and thanked us for taking them in. I went out to go gather some materials and maybe locate the waterfall. I went back to the river because maybe the waterfall was close by. I crossed the river and saw the snakes that I had met before. Get back, you noodles! I smacked them and was able to defeat all of them. I really have gotten stronger. Maybe it won't be so hard to beat the hunter after all. On days 11 to 12, I kept exploring. I found a rock formation and inside of it was a cavern. I found some more materials and decided to go a little bit deeper. As I went down further, I was suddenly attacked by some nasty spiders. Oh, gross, none of that! I got a few hits in, but I defeated them all pretty quickly. It was then that I felt a surge of power and I transformed into a bigger zebra. Whoa, I feel amazing. I feel like I can take on anything. I continued down the cavern, hoping to find the waterfall, but there was nothing. I felt sad about that, but at least I'm stronger now. I made my way out of the cavern and headed back to the base. On days 13 to 15, I was making my way back to the base when the hunter drove by in his Jeep.
I'll be back for you, Zozo, right after I collect your little friends.
I was so confused. How did he know my name? What did he mean about my friends? He drove away really fast and I tried to catch up, but it was hopeless. By the time I got back to the base, I realized what the hunter meant. All of my friends were gone. He must have captured all of them, but how did he get in? I looked around and found Patrick's camera on the ground. The last picture he took was of the hunter shaking hands with Barry. Traitor! Barry sold us out! I was so tired from my journey that I barely made it to my bed before I fell asleep. On days 16 to 19, I woke up discouraged. I figured I needed to move my base, so I went about collecting some stuff. I was looking around the hippo enclosure when I noticed Patrick hiding behind a rock. Patrick, you're okay.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just so grateful that I was able to hide before that awful hunter took everyone away. I can't believe Barry made a deal with him.
I know, it's crazy. But hey, I found your camera. I thought you might want it back. Patrick was so happy, he took a bunch of pictures of me. Then we went to scout out a new spot for our base. We worked on clearing out an area near some trees and started to build from the ground up. I built everything I thought we could need, and even a little bit of extra just to keep us safe. I sure hoped no one would attack us because it was a lot of hard work. Soon, everything was complete. Patrick, we need to do all that we can to protect the animals on the savannah. I think we should build some sort of statue that will help them know that they can come here for refuge.
I think that's a great idea, Zozo.
We started to gather some supplies and built the base of the statue. Can you tell what it might be? On days 20 to 22, Patrick and I went looking for the underground waterfall that the elephant had told us about. We followed the river up a little ways before running into a pack of lions. We didn't know if they were friendly or not, so we approached slowly. Hello, have you seen any underground waterfalls anywhere? The lions seemed nice enough, but they were looking confused.
Waterfall? Why are you looking for a waterfall?
We were told by a wise elephant that we could find a special necklace buried at the base of the underground waterfall. It's actually a lion's tooth. The lions looked even more confused.
There is no such thing. If anyone would know, it would be us.
Now it was my turn to be confused. Then I realized it was the elephant that told me about the necklace. An elephant that Barry knew. It must have been all made up. Come on, Patrick, we need to go find that elephant and see what he actually knows. Patrick finished taking pictures of the lions, and we headed to the oasis. Once we arrived, we noticed that all of the elephants were gone. Oh no, what are we going to do?
I think I actually hear something over there.
Patrick pointed to a large rock formation, and sure enough, an elephant was hiding. It was the elephant we had talked to before. Hey you, we need some answers. The elephant trembled. He actually looked pretty scared.
Please don't hurt me. My family was captured by that awful hunter. Barry told me if I lied to you, the elephants would be safe. He's a traitor.
The elephant looked really shaken up. I felt bad for him. I understand how you feel. Barry betrayed us too, and now the hunter has our friends and my parents. But if you come with us, you can have a safe home at our base. The elephant perked up.
Oh, thank you. I would love to come with you.
Of course. I don't think I know your name though. I'm Zozo.
I'm Neville.
Nice to meet you, Neville. We'll take care of you.
We headed back to the base and made it home just in time for the sun to set. On days 23 to 26, I went to make some improvements to our base. I added some new fencing, a large garden, and fixed up a place for the elephant to stay. He seemed pretty happy about it, but I was feeling a little discouraged.
What's wrong, Zozo? You've done a great job with the base. No way anyone is going to get inside.
It's not that. I'm just upset that the lion's tooth necklace isn't real. It was my only hope to get my parents and friends back.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Zozo, but guess what? The necklace is real.
What? Then you didn't lie to us. We still have a chance to save my family.
Well, it is real. It's just not a lion's tooth necklace. It's a special totem. It has the ability to turn you invisible, but it only works on those with pure intentions.
That's perfect. It's going to be easy now.
I guess I should also mention, the totem is guarded by a crocodile. Nobody can get past him.
Between the three of us, I'm sure we can get the totem. Using the materials I had on hand, I made some weapons and armor for the whole team. Then I went ahead and passed them out to everyone. We were ready to fight. We locked the base up and headed out towards the river. On days 27 to 31, Patrick, Neville, and I went looking for the crocodile. We passed a group of hogs on the way, and they tried to attack Patrick.
Hey, I only wanted a picture.
He tried to run away, but they kept getting hits on him. Neville and I charged at them, and after a minute, we defeated all of them. Great job, Neville. No way is the crocodile going to get us. We started to head out when we noticed Patrick wasn't following. He was looking down at his feet. Hey, are you okay, Patrick?
I just feel pretty sad. All I've done is hide or run away. I couldn't even save any of our friends earlier, and it just makes me feel useless.
You're not useless, Patrick. You're a friend, and you've helped more than you know. We all have different strengths. Just use your strengths. Patrick seemed cheered up by this and nodded his head.
Thanks, Zozo. You really are a good friend.
Patrick hugged me, and then Neville hugged us. It was a little squished, but it was a nice little moment. Neville even managed to take a selfie with Patrick's camera. Nice! We kept trekking through the savannah, all feeling a little bit better about ourselves. On days 32 to 35, we finally reached a watering hole.
This is the watering hole, but I don't see the crocodile.
I looked around, and sure enough, it looked empty. Maybe he went to go hunt somewhere else. When all of a sudden, there was a commotion. I felt something try to grab me, and I ran out as fast as I could. Whoa, that was close. It was the crocodile, all right. He was just super stealthy.
How dare you disturb me? Can't you see I'm resting?
We didn't mean to disturb you. We just want the totem you're guarding.
And why would I give it to you?
There was a hunter driving through the savannah, capturing innocent animals. He's captured our family and friends. We only want the totem so we can defeat him.
How do I know you deserve it? You could just be lying to me.
Well, if I didn't deserve it, then it wouldn't work anyway, right? The crocodile paused.
I suppose that is true, but I can't just let you take it. You have to earn it. Bring me the golden apples off of the tree on that hill, then you can have the totem.
The crocodile pointed toward the hill. On top was a small tree. All right, we'll do it for you.
Not all of you, only you, little zebra. Prove to me that you are worthy.
I wasn't sure I could do it myself, but I had to try. A lot of animals were counting on me. Okay, I'll go. I headed up the hill to retrieve the golden apples. On days 36 to 39, I made my way up the hill. But it wasn't just a hill, it was a mountain. Wow, this is a lot taller than I thought. I finally made it to the top and saw the apple tree. Whoa, that tree is bigger than I thought too. How was I going to reach all those apples? Just then, a monkey with a fancy robe appeared right in front of me.
Hello, traveler. Come to retrieve some apples, yes?
Yes, the crocodile down the mountain needs them.
Yes. It's been a while since he has sent someone up here to retrieve some. The last wasn't so lucky.
What the heck does that mean?
I shall present a scenario to you, and then you must answer a question. Answer correctly, and the apples are yours. Answer incorrectly, and you will die.
Wait, die? Are you serious?
Here is the scenario. Two monkeys are traveling together down the bank of the river when they see a banana lying on the ground. It seems to be a normal banana. They look across the river and see a tree. In the tree is a third monkey. He seems to be gathering bananas. One of the traveling monkeys says to his friend that they should take the banana on the ground, since the monkey in the tree is already harvesting bananas. How should the friend respond?
I thought about it for a moment. They shouldn't take the banana. It's not theirs to take. The monkey nodded and smiled.
You are correct, young zebra. In fact, if they had taken the banana, they would have taken the only good banana, since the ones being gathered were indeed rotten. They would have taken the only banana that the third monkey could have found for days. He would have starved if he didn't have that banana. These are yours for the taking.
Wow, thank you.
Stay true to yourself and remember what is most important.
I thanked him again and he disappeared, along with the tree. Whoa, where did they go? I didn't know, but I didn't want the apples to disappear too. I hurried to collect them before heading down the mountain. On days 40 to 43, I arrived at the base of the mountain. My friends had set up a little camp next to the watering hole. I went over to the watering hole where the crocodile was barely visible. I retrieved the golden apples, just like you asked.
You've done well.
The crocodile submerged for a moment before returning with a rock in his mouth.
Use it well, young zebra. You have earned it.
On the outside of the rock were those strange symbols, just like the ones in the picture Patrick took of me. Maybe it wasn't just a human thing after all. I twisted open the rock and saw the totem. There it is. I better hurry back to the camp. As I arrived back to the camp, Patrick tried to take a picture of me, but I immediately activated the totem and turned invisible.
Whoa, Zozo, where did you go?
He took a picture of nothing because I was gone. I walked behind him and then deactivated the totem. I'm right here, Patrick.
Wow, that's amazing. That hunter doesn't stand a chance.
On days 44 to 49, we traveled back to the base. Patrick and Neville went to the river while I went to look for some food. We had been walking a long time and needed a rest. We even found some nearby plants we could eat. All of a sudden, a horde of boars came out from behind the plants. Oh, sorry, are these your plants? Without a moment's hesitation, they started to attack me. Hey, I just wanted some food. You don't need to hurt me. I managed to dodge and defeat all of them by myself. Just then, I felt a surge of power, and I leveled up into an adult zebra. Wow, I'm a lot bigger now. I noticed that I had more hearts, too. I felt like I was the strongest zebra in the world. Taking down that hunter was going to be super easy. I went back to my friends, and we talked about our plans. I think we should continue to build our statue once we get back, and then gather some supplies for better weapons.
That's a great idea, Zozo. You can teach me to fight better so I can help you.
Yeah, we'd love to help with the statue. We need as many animals as possible to know that they have a safe place to stay.
I agreed, and we headed the rest of the way back to the base. On days 50 to 53, we arrived at the base. Using more of our supplies, Patrick, Neville, and I got to work on the next part of the statue. It was really starting to come along. Can you guess what it is now? It was looking really good, so we took a break and tried to work on our base. We set up some new enclosures just in case we had more animals come by. We felt really good about our progress when we heard a knock at the door. I looked outside, and there were a bunch of lions. Hey, you're the lions we met earlier.
Yes, hello. We saw your statue and wanted to know if we could stay here. Some of our friends were taken by the hunter, and we have nowhere else to go. Could we stay here with you?
Of course. We opened the door and the lions sauntered in. We showed them one of the enclosures we built, and they loved it. They immediately made themselves at home.
Thank you so much. We would love to give you a gift as a token of our appreciation.
One of the lions gave me some diamonds and gold as a present. Wow, this is incredible. Thank you so much. I immediately began working with the diamonds at my crafting table and made myself some better armor. Wow, this is amazing. That night, we all gathered around the campfire and had a fun time. Patrick even tried to juggle for us. It was a good way to end the night. On days 54 to 57, I woke up to someone screaming. I raced out of my house to find animals running around like crazy. I noticed that the base's front door was open and there were hyenas running around. Oh no, we've got to get them out of here. The lions and I were able to defeat some of them and drive the rest of them away. Phew, that was close. But how did they get in? One of the lions stepped forward, his head hung low.
I am so sorry, Zozo. I went out during the night to do some hunting, and I must have forgotten to close the door all the way when I came back in. You can kick me out if you want to. I deserve it.
He looked so upset, but I knew it was an accident. It's okay. Nobody got hurt and nothing was taken, so we are okay. He seemed relieved, and we all headed back to our houses. When I walked inside, it looked like one of my chests had been opened. I ran over and I realized my totem of invisibility was gone. Oh no! Neville heard me from outside and peeked in.
Is everything okay, Zozo?
No, my totem is gone. Those hyenas must have taken it.
Oh no, we need to get it back, and fast.
We told Patrick what had happened, and he agreed to come with us to find the hyenas.
I think I might even know where they live. I saw them once near a cavern, and I tried to take a picture, but they tried to eat me, so I ran away.
That's awesome, Patrick. Not the almost getting eaten part, the knowing where to go part. He nodded and smiled.
I know.
I talked to the lions before we left and told them to let in any other animals that needed help. They agreed, and we headed toward the cavern to retrieve my totem. On days 58 to 62, we traveled toward the cavern that Patrick told us about. We ran into some degus on the way and told them to go to our base if they wanted a safe place to stay. They happily agreed. We also ran into some ostriches and some frogs. We extended the same invite to them as the other animals, and they accepted. Wow, I hope we have enough space for everybody. The whole savannah wouldn't be able to fit in our base, but we could sure try. We kept traveling and gathered some food and seeds as we went. We were going to have a lot more mouths to feed when we got back. We finally arrived at the cavern, but it looked empty.
Are you sure this is the right place, Patrick?
Yes, see, look.
I picked up something off the ground in the middle of some tall grass.
This is the lens that I dropped before. I was too scared to come back for it, so I just left it.
We continued into the cavern, which eventually turned into a large underground cave. We peered over a rock and saw the hyenas down below. There were a ton of them. Some of them were just lounging around, but some were fighting over something. I took a closer look and realized it was my totem. Hey, they have my totem. I whispered to my friends and motioned toward the group of hyenas.
There are so many of them. How are we ever going to get your totem back?
I thought for a minute and then came up with a plan. I whispered it to my friends and we got into our positions. 1, 2, 3, now! Patrick started flashing his camera from the opening of the tunnel. The hyenas all saw the lights and went running towards Patrick. He hurried and hid behind a rock by the opening as all the hyenas came rushing out. Neville came out from behind his rock and tried to roll a large stone in front of the entryway. I ran out from behind my rock and went down to grab the totem that the hyenas had dropped in the chaos. Got it! I ran up to see Neville struggling with the rock. The hyenas were trying to push it back open.
Zozo, can you turn us invisible? Then we can sneak out.
There's too many of them. Even if we're invisible, they'll bump into us and find us.
Go and defeat the hunter, Zozo. Make sure all the animals are safe.
Neville, what are you saying? Don't do it! Neville then pushed the rock out of the way and ran outside. No, Neville! Neville ran outside as the hyenas chased him, getting hits in. There was no way he was going to survive. I heard and had Patrick climb on my back, and then I activated the totem. We both disappeared, and we ran. We watched as Neville was defeated. We had to get out of there. We had no choice but to leave. On day 63 to 66, we arrived back at the base. Patrick and I were very sad that Neville was gone, but we were going to make sure his sacrifice wasn't in vain. I had my totem, and there was no way I was going to let anyone steal it again. I made an even better safe and hid that in a secret spot in my room. Nobody would ever find it here. We helped all the animals in their new homes and planted some more food in the garden. We went to work on the statue, but noticed it was already finished. Who finished the statue?
We did.
The lions came up to me and all bowed at my feet.
We owe you our lives, young zebra. We hope you accept our work on your statue as a way to show our gratitude.
Wow, it's not every day that the king of the savannah bows to you. Thank you, but I'm not the true hero. Neville sacrificed himself so that I could get the totem back. You should be honoring him.
Then we shall honor our fallen friend and build a statue of him as well.
We all worked together and made a statue of Neville standing on the landing of our other statue. He was raising his trunk in triumph. It was perfect, and I knew Neville would have liked it. On day 67 to 70, I woke up to Patrick taking pictures of me again.
Wonderful.
Patrick, not now. I'm trying to sleep.
Sorry, but I had a thought, Zozo. What if the totem gets stolen again? Or even lost while we are inside the base? We definitely need a backup plan. We should scout out the base, just in case.
That's a really good idea, Patrick.
Perfect. I'll meet you outside. Don't forget your totem, just in case.
He left, and I looked toward my safe. I actually felt safer with it here, so I didn't bring it. I would tell him later. We gathered the animals to let them know we were leaving. We told them that if any animals came by, they were more than welcome to stay, unless they were hyenas. And don't forget to shut the door all the way. One of the lions looked away in embarrassment, but he understood. All right, we will be back in time to make some final preparations. Then we will get our friends and families back. Everyone cheered to that, and we took off. On the way there, Patrick took some pictures while I gathered some seeds. We also ran into some small monkeys. We told them where our base was, and they started to head that way. It felt good to know that we were helping. On days 71 to 74, Patrick and I snuck around to the same spot where Barry and I had been earlier. We looked around the base, and it seemed bigger than the last time.
I can't believe it.
I looked where Patrick was looking, and I saw Barry. It looked like he had gotten bigger. There were other baboons there, and Barry seemed to be bossing them around. He sold us out so he could be the boss of the baboons?
Well, I guess so.
I still couldn't believe it. Barry had been my friend, and he seemed genuinely interested in helping me.
Hey, Zozo, I'm glad you are my friend.
Thanks, Patrick. Where did that come from?
I was just thinking, and you've been really awesome to me. Just wanted to thank you for everything you've done.
Then Patrick hugged me. Thanks, Patrick. All of a sudden, we were surrounded by baboons. How did I not even notice?
Right on time.
I looked and I saw Barry looking down at us. We don't want to fight you, Barry.
Well, that's funny, because I do want to fight you.
Barry swung his arm and smacked Patrick. No, stop it.
As soon as you give me the totem.
What? The lion's tooth necklace? It doesn't exist. You know that.
No, Zozo, the totem of invisibility that you got.
What? How did you find out about that?
I have friends on the inside.
All of a sudden, Patrick got up and walked over to Barry. No, Patrick, you're working for him? Why?
I had to, Zozo. After our base was attacked the first time, Barry told me to keep my eye on you. He threatened to hurt you if I didn't help him. The hunter wanted more animals, and they told me to gather them all in a safe place so they could collect them later.
How have you even been talking?
I've been sneaking out at night. I told them about the totem a few days ago. The lions thought they had left the door open, but it was me. It's all my fault. Neville is gone.
Patrick hung his head down low. He looked so sad. Barry hit Patrick again.
Enough, you. Now, Zozo, give me what I want, and maybe I won't hurt Patrick again.
I don't have the totem with me.
What? Why didn't you bring it?
I thought it'd be safer at the base. Why do you need it anyway, Barry?
Why do you think? The hunter will be able to turn invisible and trap any animal he pleases, and I'll be his right-hand man, or baboon, king of the monkeys.
It won't even work for you, Barry. It only works for the pure of heart. I had to earn it.
So you say. I think you just think you're better than me.
He hit Patrick again. Stop it. I'll take you to our base.
That's just what I wanted to hear. Move it.
On day 75 to 78, we slowly traveled back to the base. Patrick and I were bound and dragged behind the other baboons. I wondered why they even agreed to help Barry. I tried to talk to one of them. Psst, hey, we can get you out of here and you can live with us. You'll be safe there. The monkey looked at me sadly.
We'll never be safe, not with the hunter and Barry around. It isn't the worst, actually. The hunter gives us food and a place to sleep, but we are basically his servants. We can't leave because they'll just find us again.
I felt really bad for the monkey, but we couldn't give up now. We can defeat them. If you help us escape, we can all work together. The monkey thought about it for a second, but then Barry started yelling.
Hey, no talking to the prisoners.
He hit the sad monkey, who immediately ran up ahead, pulling me along. Well, at least I tried. We soon stopped at a water pond to rest. I walked over to Patrick. He wouldn't even look at me. Patrick, I know why you did all of this, and I don't hate you. He looked at me.
Really?
Yeah, you were just trying to protect me, but I'm not giving up. We will defeat Barry and the hunter if it's the last thing I do. Patrick looked back down at his feet and sighed.
I don't know, Zozo. We are kind of in a sticky situation.
I think maybe we can get the baboons on our side. All of a sudden, Barry hit me.
No talking, prisoner. Keep moving.
I tried to formulate a plan the rest of the way. At this point, we just had to hope for a miracle. animal. On day 79 to 84, we were getting closer to the base. Suddenly, Barry stopped.
Bring Zozo forward.
The sad baboon brought me closer to Barry, still keeping me bound.
Zozo, you will go in and retrieve the totem. You will then tell all the animals to gather outside for a meeting. You won't tell them about us, or I will destroy Patrick.
I'll do it. Just don't hurt him again. I made my way to the base and went inside. A few animals greeted me and I quickly said hello, then walked away. I went to my house and opened the safe. The totem was still inside. I grabbed it and went back to the middle of the base. Everyone, I need your attention. Patrick and I have an important announcement to make, but we need you to come outside to see. The animals all gathered together and we started to go outside. I felt so bad, but I hoped that maybe we could defeat the baboons and Barry together. As we walked out, I didn't see anyone. Where did they go? Then the baboons and Barry jumped down from the trees. They ambushed us and my friends started to panic.
Zozo!
It's okay, I'll handle this. I was just about to attack one of the baboons when all of a sudden they surrounded Barry.
Wait, what? What are you doing, you fools? Capture them!
Stay down!
It was the baboon that I had talked to. I guess he had gotten the other baboons to agree to fight. Hey, you're helping us.
We want our freedom back, and you seem like a capable guy. We'll help you.
Perfect. Wait, where's Patrick? I heard Barry laugh.
It's too late for your friend, Zozo. He's gone.
No! I ran further into the trees. I looked around and I finally found Patrick. He was sitting up against a rock. He didn't look good at all.
Hey, buddy, did we win?
This one, yeah, but we still need you for another fight. Patrick laughed weakly.
I'll try my hardest, but I'll need some help.
Of course. I helped him up and let him ride on my back as we slowly made our way back to the base. We got back to the clearing, but we didn't see Barry anywhere. Where's Barry? The animals all looked at each other.
I thought you were watching him.
Me? I don't even know who that guy is.
The animals all grumbled and pointed at each other. I shook my head. It doesn't matter. He's gone now.
Wait, look!
Barry had gone into our base. On days 85 to 89, I chased after Barry. He had some flint and steel and was going to light our base on fire. Barry, stop! This is crazy!
You can't stop me, Zozo. I'm going to be king of the monkeys if it's the last thing I do.
Strange. That's what I was thinking earlier, but about my friends. Barry, stop. It isn't too late for you to change. Why would you want to be king of the monkeys when you can be a friend to all animals?
You sound like a hippie.
What's a hippie?
Never mind. I'm done talking.
Barry set the side of the ostrich enclosure on fire when all of a sudden a big splash of water rained down on him, extinguishing the fire. I looked up and saw the water had come from the trunk of the Neville statue.
We added a water feature while you were gone.
One of the lions was pressing a button on the side of the wall. What absolutely perfect timing. I walked towards Barry. This is your last chance, Barry. Come join us or I'll have to defeat you. He looked so angry.
No, I will be king of the monkeys. I will.
All of a sudden, he slumped down and started to cry. I stood there, shocked.
I don't want to be king of the monkeys. Honestly, I just wanted some friends.
Well, to be fair, you have a weird way of showing it. I still didn't trust him completely, but I helped him up. It's okay, Barry. You have a home here. On days 90 to 94, Barry moved back in. Some of the animals weren't too happy about it, but he tried his hardest to make it up to them. He made some cool improvements to people's houses, the base, and even helped Patrick. He seemed to really feel bad about what he had done, but he was making it better. Later, he came up to me.
Zozo, I need to tell you something about the hunter's base.
Okay, what is it?
I know a secret way I can sneak into his base around the side.
Oh, awesome! So you can open the door.
It's not that simple. The controls for the gate are in his private room.
Ah, I see. I thought for a moment. You need to go back and pretend to still work with him. You need to betray him now.
What if he catches me while I'm trying to do this?
He won't. I'll be sure to protect you.
Okay, I trust you, Zozo.
On days 95 to 97, we all made our preparations. We forged armor and swords for everyone, just in case.
No, Zozo, I'm too weak still. I need to stay here.
But Patrick, I need you. We've come this far together, and I need you there with me.
He can ride on my back.
One of the lions bowed to Patrick.
I shall carry you, and I will promise your safety, good friend.
Patrick agreed. I'm proud of all of you. Today, we are going to rescue our families and our friends. The savannah will be free again. Everyone cheered, and we headed out to the hunter's base. On day 98, we arrived at the hunter's base. It looked the same as usual, which was good. Barry came up to me. All right, Barry, this is your cue. He looked nervous. It'll be fine. You remember the signal, right? He nodded.
Thanks, Zozo. You're a good friend.
He headed toward the side of the base and disappeared around the corner. We waited a few minutes and then we heard a loud monkey call. That was our signal to go. Then we saw the front gate start to open. Good job, Barry. We charged through the front gate and into the courtyard. As we started looking around, I even saw my parents.
Zozo!
Mom, Dad, we're here to rescue you. My friend started working on getting the cages open while I headed upstairs. On day 99, I found the lair of the hunter. He had all sorts of animal pelts all over the place and even more guns. Sheesh, this place gave me the creeps.
I knew we would meet again, young zebra.
I turned around, ready to attack. The hunter was there, but he was holding Barry hostage. Give me my friend back, Hunter.
Oh, you mean this traitor? I don't think so. I think instead I'll just add him to my collection.
He waved his gun around the room full of pelts. No! I activated the totem and disappeared. I knocked the hunter away from Barry and told him to run. Then I charged the hunter. He blindly shot around the room, but he had no idea where I was. Barry wasn't so lucky though, and got hit as he made his escape.
That's a cheap move, Zebra. Disappearing so I can't see ya.
Says the guy who captures animals and then enslaves them. He got a few lucky shots in, but I was able to deliver the final blow. I unequipped the totem and ran over to Barry. He had been hit and he looked pretty bad. Oh no, Barry, I'm so sorry. I promised I would keep you safe.
It's okay, Zozo. I did what I needed to do. Thanks for being my friend.
Barry put his head down and was gone. He had made many mistakes, but in the end, chose to do the right thing. On day 100, I felt a surge of power and I leveled up into a large adult zebra. I was stronger than ever and knew that from now on, I could protect all of the animals in the savannah. My friends had figured out how to open the cage doors, freeing all of the animals from the hunter's base. I was finally able to talk to my parents. It was a beautiful reunion. We were all free at last. If you want to see what I'll do next, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching.